All right, let's turn it down. Let's turn it down a little bit. All right, guys. How are you? Hope you're doing great. Chat. I'm gonna leave my chat on because I hope and somebody can feel how I feel this morning. For you guys that don't know me, I'm Javi. Been on my business entrepreneur journey for about 15 years, just so you can kind of understand what my background has been. For the past 5 years, I've really spent a lot of time in. Let me close the chat so that way we can see full screen. I've spent a lot of my time in learning, consuming content, most importantly, being coached by some of the top coaches in the industry that I wanted to be in. One of them is my amazing best friend, Jesus. So I want to undo that. Let's undo that. So hope you guys are doing great. Why am I jumping in here today? I want to jump in here with a purpose, and my purpose is the following. I don't know if it's just me or it's not just me. By the way, I'm thinking that you may feel the same way I feel in some areas. 2023 was amazing for me for the most part. I would say 75% of it. I don't think that. I think we expect everything to be perfect, and when those perfect times don't happen, we feel let down. We feel like a failure. We feel like we missed the mark. And I think that I'm speaking to myself more than anything, but a lot of times we're so hard on ourselves. At least I am. I'm very hard on myself, and it's because I tell myself, "Why could you not done this better?" Right? Why couldn't I have done this better? Why could I have done 2023 better in all the areas where I strive to become better? So if that's the case, why haven't I? Why wasn't I able to be at 100% versus 75%? You may be feeling like you missed the mark by 50%. You may be feeling the mark may you missed the mark by 75%. And the more percentage that you feel that you missed the mark, the more, if you're like me, you're hard on your own self and you punish yourself for not hitting the mark. That's why at the bottom, I say, success is your duty and obligation. I think a lot of time for us moving into 2023, we need to realize that, Suzanne, thank you for replying. Intentionally, we need to learn that we're never going to be perfect. I only know one person that is perfect, and definitely there's the man up there, for you guys that whatever you worship, right? For me, it's God. For me, it's Jesus. And I'm bold enough to say it. Um, but if we didn't miss the mark, I think we all so critical on ourselves. And come 2023, if we look at it, it's December 5th, and you look back and you like, I promised myself in January 1st that I was going to do A, B, C, D, and I did A. I didn't make B or C or D. Maybe income goals, right? Income goals. Um, I wanted to do, 500,000, but I only did a quarter million. I'm saying those numbers because some people see those numbers and they say that it's never thought about that. But I thought about that 5 years ago when I said I couldn't do certain things and I did them. And so I look back into 2023 and I say, what are those things that I did right and those things that I could have done better? And going back into 2023, there's a saying that sometimes you got to go back to move forward. Have you guys ever, seen an arrow, right? And you grab the arrow, um, and you have to pull back very hard to aim and then go, right? Same thing like an airplane. It's like you got to go rub the engines. Boom, take off. So the reason why I'm bringing that up is because if coming to 2024, your energy is so low, your self-esteem is so low, and I'm telling you that it's not just you, because I felt like this at times, and I think it's one of the worst feelings. If I'm honest with myself, and I'm honest here on social media, that everything we see on social media, everybody's talking about how great they are and how great this happened. Am I the only one sees that on social media? I mean, nobody talks about their struggles. Nobody talks about their downfalls. Nobody is transparent. And so I kind of don't get on social media a lot. I'm more intentional about making intentional connections and working on myself, even though I let myself down sometimes. And sometimes I look back and I'm like, why am I feel like I'm letting myself down when I've accomplished so much? And it's because in our internal self, we always want more. That wasn't enough for 2023. What, even though I did better than I did in 2022, I did better in 2023. Now I want more in 2024. So I look back today and I say, why do we always want more? And I believe that it could be two things. Sometimes, if we look back in our past, we didn't have our biggest struggle today is something that happened to us in our past. Like if we didn't get the validation, we want that validation today. And we're like, I want the validation. And guess what you're doing? You're telling yourself, I'm not that person. But we really are. We really are that person. I didn't want to be an entrepreneur anyways. You know you wanted to. You just didn't make it. I wanted to double my income. It's okay. Money's not everything in the world. We give ourselves excuses. At least I do. I'm speaking to myself. I don't know if that's you. If that's the case, what are you going to do different? The reason I'm being transparent here is because I'm so tired of social media always putting how amazing everybody's doing. Would you like me to show you how to make 7 figures in 90 days? This is a bunch of crap. Because that's not true. Let me come on, throw people under the bus. I don't care. Today, I don't care. I feel like that. How about that? Do you see people telling you, well, the AI is going to take you to 7 figures. Let me give you the secret sauce to taking you 7 figures and stuff like that. I'm not just talking about AI only, but I'm just talking about everything in life, right? Everybody's got a great marriage. Everybody's perfect. Everybody's doing. Stop lying to yourself. None of us are. At least I'm not, and I see everybody struggling, right? Those people that are got it together, they fought to be there. They struggle to get what they're at. You know, even in the book where I read a lot, whether you think it's a natural book or it's just a book, the Bible, everybody in there struggled. Everybody in there struggled, even Jesus Christ. What do you expect? Thank you, Suzanne. What do you expect to be different? You're not God, and neither am I. I'm nobody to say anything different. But I am here to tell you that you and I, have a right for success. We got to give ourselves a right to succeed, to be better in every area of our life. But if you're coming into 2024 feeling beat down, depressed, and you feel like giving up, it's only in your mind that you're giving up, because you should never give up on yourself. Sometimes success is just a few more steps away. We're just like, have you guys ever, I know Mr. Chad Shapiro runs marathons. And like he trains for marathon. At least he used to, right? But when he trained, and even at the day of the race, when he ran the marathon, do you really think that he was tired when he hit the finish line? Of course, he was very tired. What do you think he first did? What when you hit? I mean, let's just go in there. You're running a marathon, okay? Close your eyes. You marry a marathon. You forget the marathon. You're telling yourself, "Oh, that's not me. I can't run a marathon." Okay, half a mile. Half a mile. For me, probably that's good enough. Half a mile or around the block or whatever gets you tired. And when you finish that run, what is the first thing you do? Do you not grab some water to hydrate? What are you grabbing in January 1st to hydrate yourself from 2023, from the marathon that you just ran in 2023? What water are you reaching out to? Are you reaching out to the water that has sugar and carbs and all this crap? Or are you going after the H2O, the pure water? Most athletes would say, I would go after the real water, right? So if that's the case, why are we, at least this was me, guys, how are you doing on 2023? If I was running, for example, back in the days, H2O, my H2O is up there. That's my H2O. That's my water. That's my hydration. But yet, when we do that, why did me, not you, me, why did I start January 1st with a shot of Patron in my hand, with a shot of alcohol, with a smoke? You know what I mean? Why do we do that to our own selves? Why do we defeat ourselves so bad? When the right thing is actually to get the right hydration for your body. And I'm talking about this marathon that you went through in 2023. And you got 25 days, 26 days, because it's 31 days, right? 26 days to figure out what the heck did you do, are you going to do for 2024? Because it is your duty. Success is your duty and our responsibility, as a matter of fact. I owe it to my mom. I owe it to my family. I owe it to my son. I owe it to my wife. I owe it to everybody to be the best version of myself ever. I owe it to my church. I owe it to my leaders. I owe it to my mentors to succeed in life. Now, I didn't say to be perfect. I didn't say to become a billionaire. Whatever your success is to you. I think there's a saying, you can't keep doing the same thing expecting something different to happen, right? You guys heard that one before? Right. So why do we keep doing it? Why do we keep beating ourselves up so much? Could it be that deep inside we're not healed? In our subconscious mind, it always takes us back to our brokenness? Could it be that we see visions, that we see a purpose? For example, with Next Level Global, is we're creating an affiliate program so that way we can actually expand income to communities like Nigeria and Pakistan and India and France and all these other countries. Hopefully it will go international. And there's an opportunity there. But yet we see the big opportunity and we still have not taken action. We don't take action because we don't want to fail like we did in 2023. If I'm transparent, if I'm real, I'm so tired of seeing so many, and I tell you why you feel like that. You feel like that because you may be watching too much TV, too much the perfect marriage and the perfect this and the perfect that. Maybe you're too much on Facebook and Instagram and the reels, and you're like, oh, look at this. And by the way, yeah, oh, look at this channel. It makes me feel so good. But yet that person doing it is probably attempting suicide. If we're honest with each other. I'm so tired of people pretending to be somebody that they're not. But that's not my job. And it's not should not be my job to be tired. My job is to become the best version of myself, to change me, not the world. Because if you want to change the world, it has to start with yourself. How is Suzanne going to become the best version of herself in 2024? Do you think that it would be doing the same thing that she did in 2023? Probably, if there's a lot of things she did right. But what are you going to add to this year? Like, what are you going to add to this year? Maybe your goal is, I want to increase my income by $10,000 for the year. That's anybody can do that one. But easy goals, right? I'm reading a book called The Power of One Thing. Powerful book. What is that one thing that we can do daily to change our future? Sometimes we just see, man, $10,000 extra a year, and then I have to do ABC, and then I have to be the best mom, the best father, the best son, the best daughter, the best this, the best that. And we start looking at all this stuff, and you're like, I don't even know where to start. So that's what happens, is that overwhelm kicks in, and the confused mind says no already. It's too much. And then you take yourself back. You're like, you know what? I'm just comfortable being who I am. I think we have to learn how to be comfortable being uncomfortable. We'll never get to the next level with Next Level Global, with these amazing people that are part of it. We're never going to get there unless you and me, and I can tell you this all you want, but it starts with me. Like, what is it that I have to start doing to show up for people around me? If I want somebody to show up for me, don't you think I have to show up for somebody else? We want everybody to show up for us, but we don't want to show up for anybody else. What do you want to do better in this year? What do you want more of? Success is your duty and obligation. It's your obligation to the world to be a better person. It's your obligation to the world to be a better father and mother and entrepreneur and a leader, right? I don't want to be a leader. Guess what? Your kids are watching you. They're watching me. Want to see why this world is the way it is today? Because it started with one person. The domino effect. The domino effect. But yet we start complaining and riots, and then you have protesting. Instead of protesting, why don't you go do something about it? Why don't you become better yourself and start with that, so that way you can be a leader? How do you expect people to listen to you when you haven't done anything to do something for the world, for you, even for your own surrounding, for your family? You go out there protesting. Now you're teaching your kids to go protest over anything, but yet you're not doing anything to start with yourself yet. I just woke up this morning and I'm like, we get all this feel good stuff, right? But when does somebody tells us that I need to change and hold me accountable for what I do or don't do? Because in some areas I don't have the accountability, It's why I fail in those areas. I see that today. Very clear. A few weeks ago, I did something I never thought I would do. And it was only because I didn't have accountability in that area. And so I look back and I'm like, I'm beating myself up for it. And I'm like, why did you do that? What made you do that? What made you say that? What made you stupid things we do? Yeah, I'm stupid. Guess what? I'm a human being, just like all of us. But nobody wants to say that. Nobody wants to say that. They all want to say how great they are. And I think that we're faking it. You want to fake it until you make it. Why would you want to fake it? Be yourself. Be transparent. I'm trying to learn how to do that because success is my duty. It's my responsibility, and people are watching me. People around me are watching me, what I do and what I don't do. If I profess to be spiritual, if I profess to be a leader, and so forth. And guess what? The first thing people will do is point my downfalls versus my wins. Don't believe me? It just happened. When I made that mistake, I felt like I took in the 2023, I felt like I took 2 steps forward and 1,000 steps back. So that one thing that I did, and I'm like, why do I feel like that? Why do I feel so beat down? I felt like worthless. I'm like, you, can I be transparent? You animal. Like, literally, guys, that's how I felt about myself. And then I was like, what is making me feel like that? And it's making me feel like that because we all want the success from everything, but we're not going willing to go back to move forward. So take a step back this year, not this year, but this next 25, 26 days. Take a step back and see what you could have done different. If you and don't beat yourself up for it. Don't be mean, okay? I'm telling you, just don't be mean. I'm telling you to do everything like I don't even know why I was like that. I just felt so beat down. Woo! And I felt that even in my body, like I didn't want to work out. I felt that in my mind, in my spirit. I was like, I felt beat down. And if you're feeling like that, let me tell you that you're not alone. But there is a way out. I don't want to be talking about negativity only either. I wanted you guys to know that there's a big, big opportunity in the future coming to you if you want it bad enough. But you have to go back and you have to change certain things about you. Go back and understand what is it that you could have done different. Who's holding you accountable in those areas, right? For example, Suzanne is here and she's commenting. Let's just say she wants to change, I don't know, her health, right? Well, guess what? Oh, I don't understand why this happened. And I hear it all the time. I'm like, I can't breathe. I don't work out. This and that, whatever. Why is this happening to me? It happens to you because one little step at one bad step at a time, it leads to a massive problem. But it only took that one step, or actually one less step, one less step. I'm just gonna relax more. I'm just gonna chill out more. And then what happens? You wake up one day and you're like, what just happened to me? But it happens to me in health, it happens to us in wealth, and it happens to us in relationships. If you are an entrepreneur, you provide one of three different things to the world. You provide health, wealth, or relationships. Don't believe me? Go look at it. Go Google this. Every small business provides health, wealth, or relationships. Some of them do both, and some of them do three of them. Okay, so let's not get very technical. Just understand what I'm telling you. Is if you want to have a better year, it's not going to happen by accident. It has to be very intentional. If you have healthy goals, Suzanne, you know what you got to do. And guess what, Suzanne? If you're just doing it by yourself, most likely we're going to fail. Because guess what? Nobody's watching us. So find yourself that accountability partner that maybe has the same goal or that actually cares about you. Yes, those the one that cares about us, can actually tells us the truth, right? In love. Hopefully they tell us that in love, not to just tell us that, but tell us those things in love. So guys, success is your duty and my duty for 2024. What are you going to do about it? What am I going to do about it? I'll start with myself because I want to lead by example. My goal for 2024 is invest more. I'm so grateful. This Saturday I'm going to Tulum, Mexico, because we made an investment over there, and I'm so excited because it took a lot for me this year to pay it off, to do all that stuff. My business is going great. I want to help more people. I want to do that. I can't wait. We're working nonstop right now to launch some of this next level global uh, programs and software, so that way we can impact the world and help people make an extra income, $500, $1,000, whatever you want, $2,000, $5,000, whatever you want is completely up to you. Why are we doing that? Because I think it's part of serving your community. Oh yeah, it's about making money. Call it whatever you want. Call it whatever you want, because when we have excuses, if we don't have them, we'll make them. But it's up to you. You don't have to do it with us. Go do it with yourself. Go start your own business. Go start your own side hustle. But if you want to do something, we're always here to help you. As a matter of fact, I'm sure I have it in here, right? Hopefully I have it in here. Um, Sex is my doing responsibility. I thought I had it in here. Um, Let me copy it in here so you guys have it. But if you want to actually, here, you can actually, right here, it is boom, 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 and show. Here we go. Next level global, next nlglobal.net, nlglobal.net. Take a look at it, review it. If it's an opportunity for you, jump on board with us. We're going to make this powerful. We've been working on it almost 6-7 months already. So we're going to make things happen, and we're going to move forward fast. It is 10:27. I hope you guys find that success for yourself, because success is your duty and obligation. So go find the success for yourself, so that way whoever's around you can actually see it and want to do the same. Because if we want our generations to come to be better, we have to start with ourselves, because what we do flows out into them. They will see you. They will see all these things that we've done and that we haven't done. Got it? So love you guys. It's 10:29. I'll let you guys go. Enjoy the rest of the day. Talk soon. God bless.